Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate every one of you, and it's great to see you here. What if tomorrow never comes? That is today's video. If tomorrow never comes, what's that gonna look like for you? What are you leaving behind? Are you ready to go? Let's get it. Easter Sunday, my friends. I was sitting with my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, my wife, and my son and his girlfriend, and we were having cake and coffee and everything else. And it was a fantastic time, and we got to share a little bit of our experiences with each other that we don't normally do on a daily basis. So that was tremendous. And my father-in-law, he had a very good day. As a matter of fact, he was very clear in his head. And if you know anything about my father-in-law, he suffers from dementia. So sometimes it goes in and out, and we don't always know exactly what we're going to get. Why do I tell you this, my friends? Because when my wife and my mother-in-law stepped out onto the balcony and my son and his girlfriend went down to where they live, he decided he was going to tell me something. And what he told me actually blew my mind. And it almost brought a tear to my eye. And a matter of fact, I never felt so connected with him before, ever. If tomorrow never comes, are you going to not say something to someone that you love or someone that you hold close that you should say on a normal basis? And what my father-in-law said to me was, Wayne, I don't know if I'm going to make it through tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to make it through the week. I don't know if I'm going to make it through the month or a year. I don't know if I'm going to be here in 5 years. But what I do know, Wayne, is that you are my friend. And for me, that brought a tremendous joy that I can't even express. Because if this was 8 years ago, he might be saying something different, because 8 years ago, I had just stopped drinking. So a lot of my behaviors were still the old alcoholic behaviors that I had before. And that never led me anywhere, because I was still self-serving and I was still self-seeking, and I still couldn't give anyone else the time of day. And if you can relate to that, drop that comment below. But if tomorrow never comes, folks, what are you going to leave behind? What are you going to have someone else remember about you? Which leads me to this, my friends. And first, before I get into the next little statement, thank you to those who have subscribed to this channel. It is growing, and it's only growing because we have a commonality and we're able to share back and forth. And I appreciate that more than you guys could even fathom. And if what I bring to the table is helpful for you, put that in the comments below, because someone else is going to see it and someone else is going to know they're not alone. Next, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So whatever you think that you can contribute that can help someone else or even help me, because, you know, I just live it one day at a time myself, put that in the comments, folks, please. When I was getting ready to leave the Army, I was in the Army Substance Abuse Program. And, you know, I had drank pretty much the entire time through that program, all the way up until the day I was getting discharged. Now, I'm not going to tell you the whole backstory to that, because that is right there. But I will say that, you know, I had a counselor, and her name is Sheila. I'm not going to tell you her last name. And Sheila said to me once, and she offered this profound question that was a very large turning point in the way that I felt about how I drank. And she said to me, Wayne, what will you do if it doesn't work out between you and your wife? What will you do if your son decides he doesn't want to be around you? Are you going to go back to the drink? Are you going to go back to your old behaviors? What is going to stop you from having a relapse? And, you know, it took me several years to actually come up with the answer, because there's a lot of things in our lives that transpire, you know, and if tomorrow never comes, will I have gone back to the drink? Will I have a relapse just because something doesn't go the way I want it to in my life? And because of her profound question of what would I do if my wife left, or what would I do if my son doesn't want to see me, I came up with this answer. I will absolutely not have alcohol control my life ever again. Not by choice anyway. And each day living sober, guess what, folks? I got that choice. And if you are in the same boat, if you have a choice today to drink or not to drink, drop that in the comments below, because someone else right now is thinking that they don't have a choice and they cannot see the way out. And your wisdom just might be the thing that makes them have this profound feeling and be able to answer a profound question, such as the one that my counselor posed to me. Now, I just wanted to drop these 2 tidbits to you because if tomorrow never comes, what are you leaving behind? What are you leaving for someone else to remember about you? And you might say to yourself, I don't care what anyone thinks about me. I don't care if people judge me. I don't care if people don't like me. It's not about that. It's about what are you leaving behind? Because we all have something to contribute in this life, and we all have something that can benefit somebody else. What are you leaving behind? And that's what I want you to think about. And that's my profound question to you. If tomorrow never comes, what's that look like for the people that you leave behind? Life is a garden. If you've gotten any value out of these 2 tidbits, drop it in the comments below and consider subscribing, because there's so much more to come. In tomorrow's video, there's going to be something even more shocking. I appreciate you guys. Take care. Like I said, life is a garden. Dig it. I'm going to see you in that next one. Have a good day.